What's going on? It's Ericko from Epic Duel Time. Just a friendly reminder, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we will pick one lucky winner to win a Dimension Force pack. We will reach out to you. We will decide who is the winner on June 3rd, this Friday. Go, go, go. Comment. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Zane here. Who are we with?
Miles Valentino just got top 16 at YCS Hartford playing Drytron.
Hell yeah. We're also accompanied by Exodia Man Report and Epic Duel Time.
What's going on?
What's up, guys?
Do you have any shout outs before we get into it?
I've got a pile of them. I'm probably just going to have to put them on Facebook or somewhere else, Instagram, because I got way too many. So let's just get to the profile.
All right, bet. Let's go. 40 cards?
42.
42.
Cards. There's a reason behind the slightly over 40 count, but I'll explain all that later.
All right.
So I played 3 Diviner. You just have to. Played 1 Orange Light because anytime you open a random fairy like Edith or Natasha, you can use this to play around Nib. So you can go grab it early and then actually not lose the Nib.
Mm-hmm.
Nib's kind of a threat to this deck right now because we don't have a... Well, I'm not playing a combo that has a way to Baron on Summon 5 or 4. So this is really the only realistic way to play around Nib.
Did you feel like Nib was a problem today? I felt like a lot of people might be playing it because of the other combo decks.
Well, one of the reasons why I didn't really value trying to play around Nib is because I didn't see a lot of people on it. So it's not very good against Despia, and I think that was going to be one of the really top play decks. So I didn't need to have anything more than this. So then for the Drytron Names, 3 Alpha, 3 Zeta. Obviously you need to play all those. 3 Alteus and 3 Gamma. It's been standard to max out on the names for a while now. You could cut one of these or cut one of these technically, but just drawing Drytron Names is crazy. If you saw me in the top 16 feature match, I didn't draw any Drytron names. So drawing names is good. So if you draw one name, you can't really do anything, so you need to draw 2 names. So max out on all these guys. Actually, the most clutch Drytron today, low-key, was Alteus. I was drawing crazy cards off this thing. So no, Alteus is really good. He's definitely better than people give him credit for. So especially in a grindy match, drawing cards turn after turn, that comes up. So
Yeah, dude's just a +1.
yeah, exactly. So Alteus is crazy. So 12 Drytron names. Then for the rituals, play 1 Draconids. I have a crazy good Sword Soul matchup despite what happened in the top 16 feature. And part of the reason is this, even their big inboard, as long as you can summon this and just punch over, it's almost game by himself. So that card's pretty good. And then this is the variant I played. You know, people where's the Vantage Roller? Where's the Vantage Roller? Where's the Vantage Roller? I played Hammer Factor Pain.
Spicy tech.
So the theory behind this is that your Link monsters get a lot of value off your opponent skipping their main phase and battle phase. And there are just a lot of decks right now, like Despia, Sword Soul, that cannot play if fusions and synchros are negated. So you make this, they skip their main phase, they skip their battle essentially, and then their synchros, their fusions do nothing. So
What do you mean they do nothing? Does
it's
that
a
card
skill
also have a
drain.
negate?
It's a skill drain.
What?
For
For fusion and synchros?
For fusion, synchros, and XYZs.
That's
yeah.
insane.
So
Broken.
so this card was very, very good. I don't like Vantage Roller builds just because they feel clunky to me. So I want a normal Diviner. I want to be doing things with ritual summoning and my Drytrons, and so this card was really nuts. So yeah, I can't say enough about this card. I won so many matches. Players lose their heads when this thing hits the field. They don't know what to do. So and then she's back. 2 mattered a lot.
Yes.
Because it sets up Natasha like crazy. You go Benton into Benton, that's already two takes. So no, 2 Benton, very, very strong. I played the one that Edith. She's still good. Use her Link Climb. Sometimes she can get you into Beatrice in a bind, and sometimes you want to steal 3 monsters. So
Yeah, it's occasionally nice to just take 3 monsters.
it's occasionally nice to snatch steal 3 monsters. Yeah, and then my favorite card. Ever since playing this deck and picking up, I've been playing this deck for 2 years straight. Natasha's my favorite card. This card is so broken, it's unreal. I played against a Flunder player, I think round 7 or 8, and we were going into time game 2. I had 16,000 life points. I was good luck beating me Flunder player. I think I'm gonna win in time. So no, Natasha.
What does that do to gain life?
You target another one of your monsters. You gain half of that monster's attack. So I just summoned this thing over and over and over and over again, kept it alive, and
Kill,
then
steal, repeat.
kill, steal, repeat. Yep. This card is nuts. And then for the spell and traps, that's all for the monsters. I actually don't know how many monsters that is, but it's quite a few.
Someone in the comments can count.
Okay, so this is, we'll do that one later. I played Foolish, that's for obvious reasons. I played the one Fafnir. This card is more clutch in my build than in other builds, and I'll show you why in a second. The God card probably should be banned, to be honest with you. And then the last card that I main decked was Harpy's Feather Duster. And this is because there are so many whack people out there maining Mystic Mine right now. So like, I was, so I wanted to main deck an out to mine because a lot of people, you know, you draw and like, if you act all sad, they'll just like try and deck you out, you know? But then you go, oh yeah, cool. And then you kill them with Drytron, so.
Duster's like the coolest out to mine too, because they're probably setting resources to avoid having to discard them. Then you're like, cool, I'm just gonna blow you out now. I'll go 6 for 1.
100%, yep. So Duster was really clutch today. And then, it's also crazy because like against Sword Soul, once again, like that matchup's kind of crazy. You draw this and Droplet, they set like 2 or 3 and you go, Duster. They're like, negate that. And then you chain Droplet. Kind of crazy, yep. And then for the 2-0s, played 2 prep. Probably could have cut this to 1, honestly, but opening this card's really strong. I want to see Ben 10. It's good. And in a pinch, you can search other things like Eda 10, Natasha.
How often do you get to add a spell off of it?
A lot, actually. A lot, yeah. And then this is going to be a contentious thing, but I played 2 of the ritual spell. Okay, so like I said, I played this thing for a really long time. I was never an advocate of 2 until this format in particular, so it's kind of a meta call to run 2 of this, kind of like Duster. You have to make meta calls to win, so I got this thing DD Crow'd like 3 times today. I got it Cosmic Cyclone today. This thing got banished a million times, and then my opponent was always like, I was like, Zeta Effect? They're like, yeah, that's fine, summon it, search a second one. They were just like bamboozled, so like, people DD Crow this, Cosmic it, it's in danger of getting banished this format, so I had to play 2.
I like that a lot.
That's also why the field spell is better in my build, because if they DD, sometimes you don't open with the field spell if you have Nova or combo, and then so if they DD Crow this, you go, okay, cool, field spell, search the second one.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah, and it came up a lot today, like a lot.
So when that card is at 2 in the list, if I know you're playing it at 2, is it correct for me to Cosmic or DD Crow it?
It is not.
Save it? But because we're under the assumption going into the event that there's 1, it's correct, but you punish them for it.
Yeah, nobody plays 2 of this. And so that's part of the reason why the deck is 42. Drawing it technically still kind of sucks. Although drawing it today was like I guess like maybe 70% of the time, not too bad. So yeah.
It looked kind of dead in the feature set.
Oh, yeah. Don't remind me of the feature.
We won't talk about that.
Don't talk about the feature. And then more Drytron Names, don't need to explain that. More Drytron Names, don't need to explain that. And then the God cards, Talents was broken today. Holy moly. Card was so good. It just has so much utility in Drytron. You're going to get Ash Blossomed. Draw 2, keep extending. Every deck has something activating the main phase 1 right now. So like, Despia is going to try and trigger Mirror Jade. Dragons is going to seal you, savage you, whatever, right? Whatever deck you're playing has something they want to activate in the main phase 1. So this card is just crazy value. And sometimes it's another way to play around Nib. If like they ash you and you can keep going, you just look at their hand, take Nib away, keep playing. So Talents is a God card. And then the other God card, this card is just, there are no words.
Droplet feels really important in decks like this where you can't really afford to play a lot of going second cards. You'd rather just like have the 40% chance that if you're going second game 1, you have a chance.
100%, and I've never liked hand traps in this deck, so I just want to break your board and kill you. So.
Were there any other board breakers you missed?
No. Well, those are in the side deck, so we'll go to extra next, and then we'll do side. Or do you guys want to do side or extra?
Extra's fine.
Okay, sure. We'll do extra.
I like the extra first because it ties more into the main.
Yeah. So we played for the Lynx. We'll do these 2 guys first. We played the Herald and the Entis. That's mandatory. You played the Link Rebuzz, your 1 Link 1. You played Herald of Mirage Lights because this card is really crazy, actually. This was a card we cut from like early builds of Drytron, but it came back in my build because of Hammer Factor Pain. So like, what I was doing a lot was I would end on Apo with 4 negates, Hammer Factor Pain, skipping your main phase and battle phase, and all your XYZ synchros and fusions do nothing. And this guy did negate a spell or trap. So I was like, I have 4 monster negates, a spell and trap negate, and your synchros do nothing.
Right, so this guy's also really weak, so their answer again is
they battle it and they can't out it. So, and if they were to out this card, it adds back resources from the graveyard. So it can add back Vinton, the ritual spell, all that stuff. So card's crazy. Play this because mandatory in a deck that's combo when you have to out stuff. Played Masquerena, in on this a lot. Make unkillable stuff, really nice. Played this thing because you kind of have to. Played Appaloosa. This card was like super MVP today. Made that a lot. Made Boral Sword, and then the Spicy Link is Underworld Goddess. It did not come up at all today except in the top 32 match. Game 2, I had to win. He has the Borland. I don't have droplets to out it, and I was just like, I flood the board with monsters. I was like, link off your Borland. So,
No.
so it came up. It came up in the clutch. So yeah, and then for for XYZs, we played 2 of these guys. You have to play 2. Played the Downer for the 2 Matt Zeus. Played the Beatrice because sometimes you just need a combo, and you can send Banshee and Token Collector and all that good stuff off it. And then the Zeus. So that's the extra. Kind of standard, but kind of not, maybe. And then for the side deck, we played 3 Draw and Lockbird. Oddly enough, like, I think like people were kind of far behind on the meta on this card. I think like all the players who topped probably had this somewhere in their list, but I didn't get Drolled a lot in Swiss, which was like weird because this card has a ton of really good applications in this format. So like, Droll's crazy. Like, you should be playing Droll right now.
I was thinking that when I was watching the feature. I'm like, it's weird that Drytron made it this far when I feel like Droll should matter a lot. He's really good against the Therion Punk deck. It's just like, it's decent against certain hands in Despia.
Yeah.
Sometimes dead against them, though. But it does a lot this format.
Yeah, I love this card. And I only play hand traps that, like, shut down entire mechanics because if I'm, like, ashing a combo deck, there's, like, a 90% chance they just keep going. So, like, I want a card that just says no to, like, an entire part of Yu-Gi-Oh! So did that. 2 of this card. Because of Vinton, Natasha, this card's just nuts. So
when you sign that in, do you take out Diviners?
I usually sign out 2 Diviners for 2 of this.
Just keep 1 so you can search it still?
Yep. This card's crazy against Sword Soul. If they just end on their standard board, it outs literally 3 things. 2 of their XYZs and the Blackout. So card's good. Played this for Flunder. Played this for like, because it's searchable, technically for Flunder, although it's kind of booty. It's okay against Sword Soul. This card because I can dump it with Beatrice. And that against Flunder, it's like my worst matchup, so card's good. This card...
How'd that perform?
Didn't really use it today, never saw it, so... in theory it's cool, and it's cool that's off the list, so I decided to play it. Then these 2 guys for back row. I didn't feel like back row was going to be too relevant this tournament, so I just did those.
Was that right?
Yeah, and the reboot. You just slide these in for Sword Soul because they're going to anti-spell you, so that's it.
And D-Barrier.
Yeah.
Do you fear D-Barrier in this deck?
Not really, to be honest with you. And then 2 of these guys. So that's the deck.
Do you have any final like thoughts or anything?
I think Drytron's in a really good position. This format in particular, as long as people don't catch on to Droll being good. So it can push through everything. Like Sword Soul is one of my better matchups, despite, like I said, what happened in the feature match. But Sword Soul is kind of free because you just have so much pushing power with Vinton, Natasha. All your guys are summoning themselves and popping off. So, I think this deck is really, really well positioned. So, yeah.
Hey, well,
Real quick,
you.
if there's anything that you would change in your deck right now, what would it be?
I'd have to give it some thought. I really wish I could get the deck to 40, but I think 42 is kind of perfect, actually. So, yeah, I can't really think of anything right now.
What's the next event where we can expect you at?
Hopefully Niagara. But,
Okay.
Yeah. So,
All right.
guys.
Thank you for the deck profile.
no
Peace.
problem.